Reed Sorensen, Stephen Wallace. That's a battle right now for 7th on the racetrack. And here comes Greg Biffle knocking on Wallace's door.
Well, it looks like Stephen's car is loose right now. I see the back of the car really wobbling around a lot. They might have made a chassis adjustment that last time, got the car a little too loose, but when I see the back moving around, it looks like it's air pressure or something like that.
Yeah, if I'm his crew chief, I'm saying, hey, just kind of calm down here a little bit. This will come to you. This is a tire that's getting tighter and tighter as you run. So if the car's a little loose now, just be calm, be smooth, and it'll come to you.
Dave, what's the latest on the 66s? He's just gotten past.
Just tell you exactly what the car was like before they pitted. Loose into the corner. That was the biggest condition. A little tight in the center. They made a wedge and an air pressure adjustment for it, but it still doesn't look like it's under him to where he's really comfortable.
Yeah, it looks like it's just moving around a little bit too much. Not very comfortable to drive. And so, Andy, I totally agree with you. He's just got to settle down, and he looks like he's doing that now, and just let these air pressures build up. That'll make the car feel better.
A little bit further back, the action was getting a little bit interesting. As you can see, that group of cars coming towards us right now. That is 10th place, and you've got a 3-car battle going for it. You've got Stephen Wallace, Paul Menard, David Rudeman. Rudeman looking underneath the Menard. Here we go. And up in front of them is Justin Allgaier. He's tried to pull away from him. Yeah,
Justin started working the top side of that track, came off the bottom, went to the top, and it looked like it really helped him. Now you got the 2 guys behind Stephen pretty well locked up side by side, and boy, when you're side by side around this racetrack, it really will slow your speeds down.
Get a great view there. As you can see, Allgaier starting to stretch it out, and look at that side-by-side action that you were just talking about as Menard moves ahead, but can he hold it as we head down in towards turn 1? They're still going to be door-to-door. It's allowing Stephen to pull up some ground. Can he clear? No. Here comes Menard. That high line working for him.
Well, when you get locked down the bottom of that racetrack, I mean, your car just gets loose. It doesn't feel good. And you see these 2 guys trying to get away from each other right now to let the aerodynamics take over and get working better. But when you're that close, man, these cars get real unstable.
Rudeman was running 7th in the Cup race earlier today. He blew an engine after lap 310. And that great 3-way battle, now that they got back into single file, they're starting to close back up on Stephen.
Yeah, it looks like Rudeman's got a real strong car, the number 10 car. It's just fast on the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like Steve's trying to search around, move up to the top, and see if there's any grip up there. See if he can get his 5-hour energy car to run faster up there.
Getting real snug between all 3 of them. Menard trying to find a place to go, and he says, guys, I'm going to let you sort it out a little bit. Now he's got his opening if he can squeeze it between them.
You know, Marty, I don't know if you even noticed or not, but coming in right in the middle of turn 1 and 2, there's a big bump down there, and it's really upsetting a lot of these cars I'm seeing.
Yeah, so it's like that Rudeman, though, in that 10 car, his car doesn't seem to be affected by that as much, and it's maybe one reason why he's able to work the bottom of the racetrack a little better than some of the other ones.
Now, Rudeman is running in 10th. 11th is Stephen Wallace, and 12th, Paul Menard. You're not missing a thing up front. Kyle Busch is in control, 2.1 seconds. So far, he has led 21 laps. The most laps led so far were Joey Logano with 28. We've had 3 different leaders. Tony Raines stayed out and led a lap during the mandatory caution.
Andy, we talked a lot about momentum, how these cars got to keep the momentum going. It's because they've got a lot less horsepower, mostly than the Cup cars. About how much less horsepower do they have than Cup?
Well, it's a significant amount. You know, these cars run a tapered spacer, so they're going to make, you know, a good couple of 250 horsepower less than the Cup cars. So that's a lot. I mean, these guys jump out of these Cup cars, get in this car. It feels like, you know, they have no power. Now, they still have a significant amount of power. They've got 800 or 650 horsepower or thereabouts. Their Cup cars, now, on the other hand, have upwards of 850, 900 horsepower.
Well, Stephen Wallace running 11th right now. Big race for him. Remember, he has finished 30th or worse in the last 3 races and dropped from 6th in the points to 16th during that 3-race span. And here comes Menard underneath him again. Side by side as they head down into 1.
And this is a product of that racetrack being all run in. You see it's black top to bottom. You got the whole racetrack is workable. Now you can have these cars running side by side, having these great side-by-side battles.
So Menard has cleared. Stephen Wallace, give him the 11th position. Bump Stephen back to 12. Castle will be coming out of that car, and we'll talk more about that when we get a chance, because we got a battle for 13th.
A pair of Toyotas right there, Stephen and Jason Leffler. These guys are good friends off the racetrack. They talk a lot, but you have to give a lot of respect right now to each other if you run that fast, that tight. Say Stephen ducks in behind now.
And remember, Leffler had a penalty for a loose lug nut on pit road earlier, so he has bounced back and is now finding himself in 13th position. Pit stops should be coming up in the not too distant future here at Texas Motor Speedway. We have completed 114 of 200 laps. But he said we did have to change us. Here goes Biffle alongside with Stephen Wallace. But here they are right back out up front.
That's a battle for 5th and 6th right there. Biffle just takes over the 5th spot from Steve. Steve puts Steve back to 6th, and you see Harvick on the bottom right now. He's overcome that lesser quarter panel damage. He's getting back in the hunt right now.
And so here comes McMurray in the 88 on board with Harvick.
Boy, you hear that tinging right there, Andy. That's the tailpipes touching the ground. Pretty rough through turns 1 and 2 here at Texas. You can hear Kevin's car bottoming out just a little bit there.
Yeah, these are some of the fastest lap times that we've seen all day long. The leaders are running well down in the 29-second bracket.
Boy, the intensity's getting high right now, but 22 laps to go. These guys are not just riding anymore. Now they're trying to get it done. They got fuel, they got new tires, they got enough to go to the end.
Boy, McMurray just went around Stephen on the high side, made it look very easy. On the low side, here comes Harvick. So Stephen has just lost 2 positions in the last half lap.
Moves him back to 7th position right now.